Good day, folks. Welcome to Best Trade Setup. In this video, I will be taking you through last week's trades from the 12th of September to the 16th of September 2022. Now, the first trade here is the one on the 12th during New York session. As you can see here, price did a fake out at this level. And if you look closely, but first, every time we get a fake out, it's an automatic W pattern, therefore two confirmations. If you look closely here, there is a bearish candle, bull candle, this tiny bearish candle, and this bull candle, and this one here to finish off the fake out. On the line chart, you will see that it is a W pattern, or as some of other as some excuse me as some people would refer to it as a double bottom. Now, we have three confirmations. The fourth one would be price reacting off of this order block. This is a 15-minute order block. So usually I'll just write OB. If it's an order block from a different time frame besides the 15-minute time frame, I will label it so. But for now, just know that if it's written OB, it's referring to the 15-minute time frame. And then we have price reacting off of the 1725 price level. We have five confirmations, and this is where I enter the trade with the aim of the high of the day being the take profit. And there we have it. Price did reach the high of the day. Now this is what price looked like on the 15-minute time frame. I only trade the London session and the New York session. The Asian session, I'm usually asleep by that time. If this is the first time you're watching this video, please refer to the first video in the channel where I go into detail as to what I'm looking for to enter the trade and what exactly is the best trade setup. But for those who are just arriving now, just briefly, the best trade setup is where price reacts off of an order block. And there must be a level of liquidity here above the order block or below the order block if we're looking for sells. But in this case, above the order block right here, we're looking for a support level for price to go and do a fake out or a sweep off of. Now let's go to the let's go to the second trade. And here it is. We have two order blocks that price action tapped into. Now, here we have price tapping into this order block. That's our first confirmation. And reacting off of this price level, 1690, that's the second confirmation. And here I didn't show it, but when I go through the analysis, you will see it. In fact, let's just go straight to the labeled chart. As you can see, this is before and after. And then price actually went further down. Now this is what I was looking at, this level right here. Price did a fake out and therefore an M pattern, two confirmations, reacting off of the order block and the price level 1690. That makes four confirmations. And this candle pattern here, one, two, three, that is a three candle pattern, as I sometimes label it, 3CP, sometimes known as the morning or evening star pattern. This double zeros level just refers to this 1690 level or any price level with a 50 pip difference from each other. Now, additional confirmations would be a sweep of this level with an M pattern tapping into an order block and reacting off of this price level. Just additional confirmations, but we just need five confirmations. Now, with this trade, I did enter it and I did take some profits off the table and left price and left the stop loss at break even. and then price came and took out that stop loss and continued to go down. It happens, folks. The best thing you can do is just to manage your risk and follow your plan. Now let's go to the third trade. Now, with this trade, it's not the usual best trade setup, but it is one of the setups that I do enter or I do look at when I'm trading. The only difference with these type of setups is that I'm looking for six confirmations instead of five. Now you can see price came all the way down here to this auto block. That is our first confirmation. Now you see this pin hammer does a sweep, and with every sweep it's a W pattern. So that means we have one, two, and three confirmations so far. And then we have this pin hammer as well doing a sweep of the level, and with every sweep a W pattern. And is all happening in this order block area. So that's actually six confirmations. And now we have this pin hammer and the second pin hammer. With me, every time I see two pins, they equate to one confirmation. If I see one pin, I really don't count it as a confirmation. I need to see two pins in the same area for me to count it as one confirmation. I will do a video later on discussing my confirmation list, and I will show you that confirmation list. But for now, just just bear with me as I explain to you why I took this trade. Also, price in this area is at the low of the day, low of the week, and low of the current month. When price reaches these certain levels, there's a high probability that price, given confirmations, will bounce off from those levels and give you a good setup. In this case, a bearish, a bullish setup. So now let's just go over the confirmations again. A sweep, a W pattern at the order block area. That's three. A sweep, a W pattern in the order block area. That's six. And the seventh confirmation will be these two pin hammers together, making one confirmation and a total of seven confirmations. Now, when this happens, the reason why I didn't enter it immediately here was because I wasn't at the screen at the time. When I came back, I did notice price did pull back for a bit, but basing on the fact that I told you the low of the day, low of the week, low of the month, and also on the 15-minute time frame, for those who use chart patterns, I did notice a head and shoulders, this being a shoulder, this being a head, this being the other shoulder. So I saw a lot of bullish confirmation in the price action. That's why I took this trade. Now, if it doesn't make too much sense for you, that's okay. But do understand that with every strategy that a person has or a trader has, it comes with looking at your confirmations, but also it comes through experience at looking at the charts. So if some of the things I'm saying don't make too much sense, I will try and help you understand, but I also use experience to tell me that this right here is a good trade to enter. That's why I entered it, and it's also different from the best trade setup that I have been teaching or sharing with you folks thus far. And I will, like I said, make a video to show you this confirmation list that I look at when I don't have a best trade setup, but I look at other things that price presents and gives me an entry signal. And as you can see, price actually went and reached the take profit. I believe this was the high of the day, but let's just look at the bigger picture if indeed it was. Now, this is the 15-minute time frame. This is the head and shoulders I was referring to earlier on. And as you can see, price is literally at the low of the day, low of the week, and low of the month. entered here, and price did bounce off of it very beautifully. So now, if it happens that for some people, let's say you entered the trade probably after this bullish candle, just so that you have an extra confirmation of your buys. It also is a confirmation in itself because you can look at the bigger picture and see that this is a W pattern. And you can see that price bouncing off of this quarter level. That's now like two confirmations and an engulfing candle of the lowest bear candle. Those are three confirmations. And here it is actually a big W pattern right there. Now on the first leg, we see a sweep, and with every sweep, we see a W pattern, we see two pin hammers, and all of this happening at the 5 minute order block. This is not necessarily what I was looking at when I first entered the trade, but after the trade, I'm showing you that there was extra confirmation for those who may have not been able to enter the first time around. You may have been able to enter once this bullish candle has printed, therefore giving you a more solid giving you more solid proof that prices most likely to go up from that point on. Now, here on the second leg, we do have price reacting off of the quarter level. We have the bullish engulfing candle, and all of this is happening at the 5 minute order block. The thing with my trades is this: I break everything down into details and I just add them up. And these details or these confirmations need to be happening at a point in time that is significant to me. In this case, it is the order block. In this case, it is the support level. So I just break everything down into little pieces. If they add up to five confirmations or six confirmations, I enter the trade and see what happens afterwards. And this gives us a total of eight. Excuse me, and this gives us a total of eight confirmations, which is two more than what we needed. In this case, I just need six confirmations. You would enter here if you didn't enter earlier on, and then your first TP would be the high of the day. Now, looking at the trades this week, a total of three trade opportunities on the 12th, 15th, and 16th. All trades were taken and all of them were wins. It was a good week, just three trades in a week. I've learned that as time goes on, I used to hear some traders saying that just stick to one instrument and, stick to one setup. So I trade mostly gold, if not only gold. And I only am doing these videos to show you that one setup is all you need to be profitable. And thus far, I've been showing you folks the best trade setup. And if you don't know what that is, please refer to the first video in the channel, which goes into details as to exactly what that is. So it is definitely a winnable game, folks. It is possible to just have one trade setup and you just repeat that over and over and over and over again. Please excuse the cars in the background. I do stay near main road. So this brings an end to my presentation. I hope it has been beneficial to all of you. I hope you take something away from it, even if it's just one thing. Just know that at the end of the day, each and every single one of us trades a different way. Some of our strategies can be at the complete extremes of the spectrum, two totally different trade approaches or strategies, and we can still be profitable. Or we can have similar strategies with slight differences here and there and still be profitable. At the end of the day, it's about back testing your strategy and making sure that you can execute it without error for it to give you a positive expectancy at the end of the day. And with that, folks, please have a good night, have a good evening, a good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. And remember that anything is possible. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Thank you. Take care. Cheers.